What if the most valuable lessons in investing were never taught in business schools, never promoted on television, and never explained in simple formulas? What if they came from someone who believed that thinking clearly mattered more than acting quickly? No predictions, no urgency, no constant activity, just judgment. His name was Charlie Munger, and this is not a story about chasing results. It is a story about how patience, discipline, and clear thinking quietly shaped one of the most influential investment philosophies in history. Modern markets reward speed. Charlie Munger believed speed was often the enemy of good decisions. While others searched for constant opportunity, he focused on avoiding predictable mistakes. While others reacted to headlines, he designed systems that worked over long periods of time. This approach was not popular. It was not exciting, but it was durable. Munger did not try to outsmart the market. He tried to understand how people make decisions, how incentives shape behavior, and how errors repeat themselves. That understanding became his advantage. Charlie Munger's mindset was shaped long before wealth. He grew up during the Great Depression, a time that taught him early that resources are limited and mistakes are costly. Later, he served in the U.S. Army Air Corps during World War II. After the war, he studied law, not for prestige, but because it trained the mind to think precisely and argue logically. Life was not smooth. He faced personal loss, career setbacks, and serious health challenges. Instead of becoming discouraged, Munger learned a critical lesson. Reality does not change to match our preferences. So he changed his thinking instead. In the late 1950s, Charlie Munger met Warren Buffett. Buffett was already talented, but his approach was narrow. He focused on buying cheap businesses, even if their long-term prospects were limited. Munger challenged that idea, calmly and logically. He argued that quality matters more than price, that buying a strong business at a fair price often produces better outcomes than buying weak businesses cheaply. This perspective eventually reshaped Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett later acknowledged that Munger permanently changed his thinking. Charlie Munger believed that relying on a single field of knowledge was dangerous. Instead, he built what he called a latticework of mental models. He studied economics, psychology, biology, engineering, history, because real-world problems do not exist in isolation. Markets fail not for one reason, but when multiple forces combine. Munger trained himself to see those combinations early. This reduced surprises. And in investing, fewer surprises mean fewer mistakes. One of Munger's most powerful tools was a simple idea called inversion. Instead of asking, "How do I succeed?" he asked, "How could I fail?" Then he avoided those paths entirely. He believed most losses are predictable: overconfidence, complexity, excessive leverage, ignoring incentives. Remove these first, and many problems disappear. This approach did not create excitement, but it created longevity. Markets encourage constant action. Charlie Munger resisted that pressure. He understood that opportunity appears infrequently, but clearly. He once explained that most success comes from a few well-judged decisions made at the right moments. Everything else is waiting. Waiting requires discipline, and discipline is rare. That rarity became a competitive advantage. Munger believed that behavior matters more than numbers. He studied how incentives shape decisions. He famously said, "Show me the incentive, and I'll show you the outcome." This insight explains corporate failures. poor leadership decisions, market bubbles. People respond to rewards, often without realizing it. Munger learned to identify these patterns early. That awareness prevented many costly errors. Despite great success, Charlie Munger lived simply. He avoided unnecessary decisions. He avoided noise. He avoided excess. His strategy was not addition, but subtraction. Remove what does not matter. What remains has room to compound. This applied to money, thinking, and life itself. Charlie Munger did not seek attention. He sought understanding. He believed that clear thinking, applied consistently, outperforms complexity over time. While others chased activity, he chose clarity. While others chased certainty, he respected probability. And while others chased recognition, he built ideas that endure. Because in the long run, the greatest advantage is not speed or intelligence. It is the ability to think clearly when others cannot. This video is created for educational and informational purposes only. If you find value in thoughtful, long-term ideas like these, you may consider liking the video and sharing it with someone who enjoys quiet, well-reasoned perspectives.